Now, the battle over U.S. birthright citizenship has ignited. U.S. President Donald Trump is once again challenging one of the most fundamental principles of American law, and that's birthright citizenship. So, if you're born in the U.S., you automatically get a citizenship. That was the norm all along. Now, this battle is headed straight to the Supreme Court and could reshape the lives of millions, as Donald Trump has now decided that he wants to ban natural citizenship. Well, thousands of Indian families would be on the edge. Many of them who are probably due to have a child are going to be left uncertain as to whether or not their child will be a citizen by birth in the United States. Even if you are a citizen, it doesn't mean your child can be. What are we talking about? Well, birthright citizenship, a little more clarity on it. It's not just a policy. In fact, in the United States, it's the 14th Amendment to the US Constitution, ratified back in 1868 after the Civil War. It clearly states that all persons born or neutralized in the United States are citizens of the United States. For over 125 years, the Supreme Court has consistently ruled this means virtually anyone born on American soil is automatically a citizen. The challenge here is President Trump now argues that the amendment was originally meant only for children of formerly enslaved people, not for children of undocumented immigrants or those on temporary visas. Now, on his first day in office, President Donald Trump signed an executive order attempting to ban birthright citizenship for these groups. This move immediately sparked a wave of lawsuits, and federal courts temporarily blocked the order, calling it unconstitutional. The Indian connection here, of course, is unmissable. The number of Indians who live in the United States, implications could be large. Indians are the second largest immigrant group in US. Thousands of Indian parents are on H-1B work visas, have children who are US citizens by birth. These children, often called as documented dreamers. Now, ending birthright citizenship could only create huge legal uncertainties for these families. It means children born to H-1B visa holders and other temporary residents would no longer automatically be citizens, complicating their long-term legal status and disrupting family life. Well, what happens next? The legal fight has now reached its climax. On December 5th, the Supreme Court agreed to hear this case, choosing to address this controversy head-on. The top court will likely hand down a final definitive ruling next summer in a few months. The stakes could not be higher. This is a battle over future meaning of American citizenship in itself. Let me quickly cut across to our guest joining us for a little more, Vishweshwar Reddy Kalavala, who's a founder and chairperson, Global Telangana Association, GTA. We also have Ravi Lothumalla, immigration expert, joining us live from Dallas, Texas. Thanks very much, both of you. Ravi, if I can come to you first, you're right there in the heart of the country where sweeping decisions like this could be implemented. Donald Trump wants to end birthright citizenship. What does it mean in simple terms? If I'm a citizen, will my child be a citizen automatically? Or am I also going to be worrying if I'm a citizen, my child is not necessarily going to be a citizen? Also, if I'm not a citizen, then most definitely my child cannot be a citizen. Is that the approach we're looking at henceforth, if this is accepted by the court?
I mean, Nabila, thank you so much for asking these questions. Thankfully, it is still with the Supreme Court. So getting kind of a approval from the Supreme Court, getting a green signal seems to be a large challenge at this point of time, because it's a 14th Amendment. So I am not sure how exactly the courts will take it into positive consideration what Trump is saying, and then consider it as remove the birthright citizenship. So that is quite a big amount of a challenge at this point of time, to be honest with you. Wish brother will be able to give a better answer than me, I guess.
Yeah, the thing is, what impacts, here, analyzing this, birthright citizenship. Historically, we thoroughly enjoyed this birthright citizenship. But now, as time progress, they are dynamically changing the immigration laws, and especially this particular, when he initiates this birthright citizenship, we have two types: one by birth, and the other one is naturalization. Naturalization, we are enjoying that naturalization citizenship, but still, we don't know what's going to happen to that too. But birthright citizenship is, they made it as a birth tourism. It's a tourism, which is not a welcoming act for the US. So that's the biggest concern we have. And here, we have 7 justices are looking onto this matter. And before also, what happened? There are 7 countries he banned few years back. When his first term, he banned 7 countries, and the Supreme Court also approved his decision. So in the similar lines, we don't know yet, but they may possibly approve. We don't know, but there is a possibility of approval is more because of he appointed some of those judges in the panel. So that's also we are thinking seriously, but we don't want to lose this opportunity because of that. Citizenship right. They can sponsor their family. They can sponsor their parents. They can sponsor number of people. That's a great advantage, great benefit. It's not specific to India, but this whatever the birthright citizenship is for a whole globe to enjoy, because ours is not in a Middle Eastern countries. This is in a purely a democratic country which welcomes all the birthright citizenship opportunity. So that I hope everybody can get this, but because of this is in the justice court, local courts all denied this process, but our Supreme Court is seriously thinking which direction they will go. But historically they approved some of the executive orders he initiated in his first administration time. So, but the second administration time we don't know now, but hopefully they may approve or not. We have to wait.
No, okay. No, but how is this making the Indian community feel? I know there are scores of Telugites who are located in the United States, in your association, and even the rest of them. People from all parts of India who are in the United States and living the American dream. Are they feeling on the edge? What's the sentiment? Are you seeing a trend of many Indians wanting to relocate back to India?
Yes. Everybody is very unhappy on this notion. And when they initiated this process, also some people they were very serious about moving back to India because of their kids are not going to get citizenship, and also this is a privilege, right? So we had several discussions. We have seminars. We organized a couple of symposiums on this, and also webinars. Nobody want to lose this kind of great benefit, but as the time progress, we'll see. But there is a possibility of relocating people back to India based on this decision too. Some of the people are talking on that lines too, but it's not a law yet. But there is a possibility of law in future. We don't know. But the only thing is, some of the countries are not welcoming this, and they are also influencing. And also, as we live in Washington D.C., it's a political capital, and also we are more influential and more lobbying people also there nowadays. So that's also happening. Now we hope that's also we play some role. To not to execute it, but it is in Supreme Court right now. So Supreme Court is literally they are looking as reviewing which means they are in the first
let me also bring in Ravi. Ravi, you can't get away by being diplomatic on this. You've got to give us a little scoop on what do you believe is what you foresee here. I know you're in the United States. It's as it is. You have the U.S. government wanting to check social media accounts of people who they want to grant visas to. All kinds of scrutiny. That's really sort of keeping the immigrant population on the edge, or people who are even coming through, or people who are coming to the United States on legal means with thorough scrutiny, are also feeling scared whether their future will be secured there, or whether this is just you get into the United States, it's a short-lived dream, you come back, because Trump is mincing no words at this point. So tell us more on what natural birthright citizenship he wants to end. Does it also, he says, for undocumented immigrants, it's not a birthright. Their children do not have birthright. But this is for undocumented immigrants. That's what I hear him say. He hasn't said for those who are legally in the United States, which most Indians are. They don't have this provision, and it's part of the United States Constitution. So legally entered immigrants, like Indians by and large, do they rightfully have this provision? But can they continue to have their children gain citizenship if they're born there, or is this only for undocumented immigrants? This rule.
Nabila, you brought the right point. See, here it is. The Supreme Court may come back and say that they decipher into the deeper analysis, and they may come back and say that this is absolutely applicable for undocumented people. If that is the case, then it is a justifiable reason where we can say that for those people who are undocumented and having the birthright citizenship, this has an impact on the what is called as U.S. U.S. Healthcare systems, US and all those things. There are advantages for the undocumented parents, but for Indian perspective, I don't think so that there will be a major impact, because 90 to 95%, to the best of my knowledge, are coming in a legal way, be it on a legal path. They are into United States. Only few of them, maybe like about couple of 100,000, maybe about 100,000 people or whatever it is, might be in undocumented stage. Those are the people who will be impacted. But people who are legally there, people who are coming on a different visas legally, and then having their families, kids, marriages, etc., those should not be having any impact. So Indians, in at a very one liner, we can say that if it is done in this way that undocumented people will be impacted, then I don't think so that India should really worry about it. Especially we are doing all the legal stuff over here.
Okay. All right. So if you're legal, you have nothing to worry about. The Supreme Court is also due to hear it. So we're going to see if Donald Trump's decision wanting to end natural birthright citizenship there, which is ideally a constitutional mandate or a rule that's applied universally, whether that changes or not. Thanks very much, both of you. I really appreciate you joining us. We're going to keep a watch.